Zach, you're here to play with us. And just for funsies, we're going to switch to Carmichael and Data again, only for Carmichael to be like, yeah, the twins suck. And we go back. So
I'm sorry, I just heard that.
I kept that in the last one because you were just like one, and then all of a sudden we hear vroom, and you're like, and two, and all of us just died, and I was like, I'm keeping that, I don't care. So, now we're going back to Plaguey, Avery, and River. And River just like is slowly looking at Plaguey. Plaguey, if you want to give me an intelligence check so you understand what exactly is going on here.
Sure. That's a 17 plus 5.
So
22.
From your knowledge, if you stick near River, you should be good. That's on you if you want to tell River or not.
I think I'm just gonna hang next to River and just like, you know, be her protector if need be.
Okay, but are you going to leave the room? Because last time you tried to leave the room, we had one of our players have a mental breakdown.
I'm sorry, I'm fine now.
Sorry. I don't know. Does it sound like the one that killed
Polly
Hansi
left.
walked
You watched Polly leave. You don't know. There's another 11 other unaccounted for things that I did not tell you about. You do not know if Brusha or Stasia or Carmichael or Atlas are like already occupied. So from what you know, there are probably you could probably think that the twins are right now occupied because you haven't heard them like giggle in a while. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Can I do like a perception check?
Yeah, sure. There are 15 unaccounted for right now.
8 plus 5, 13.
13? All right, are you going to open the door or are you just going to look through the window?
I'll like peek through the door.
Okay.
Like just open it a little bit.
You see there is a pile of black blood forming around Hansi, but other than that, it is silent.
Okay. Now I want to look out the window.
Kyle, the window and the door. It's the window and the door.
Oh.
So you want to close the door and look out said door window.
I feel like that's something he would do, though.
It would be. He's not ready to go outside yet.
Yeah, I'm just going to do that and just kind of be like, I'll keep watch.
River's like, so we're not going to leave this room at all.
I am a little shaken. A little bit. So probably not unless you have better plan.
I mean, are you my aunt or my godmother? And she goes, both? And he goes, all right. The person. And she just goes like, all right. And she's just like, okay. She can literally pull a hellhound out of her hands. And she goes, it's true, I can, yeah. And it's really weird for Plaguey, by the way, because you can definitely tell that they are from, like, the same family. River and her, and, like, she looks like her father, but River and her godmother, because she is her godmother's, like, her godmother is also, like, her mother's sister. They have very similar bone structures, cheekbone-wise. And their eyes are, like, almost similar. So they look very similar to one another if you, like, take the moment to look. So they're both giving you, like, the same almost expression. And they're like, but we should leave.
Okay. I, like, open the door again to peek out, and I guess now is good time as any.
What floor are we on? How many floors does this place have?
I relay that information.
It's 5. There's 5 floors.
Okay.
The last 2 floors, so it goes, both the bunkers. So right now, the first floor where the boys and Remi's on. The second floor where Data and Oswald's on. The third floor where is River's first floor. The second floor where they're on right now of River's second floor. And then what was Avery's floor. So 6. I believe that was 6. Someone count that for me. If I'm wrong, at me. So
what floor are we on now?
We are on floor 4.
Okay. And how far are we from, like, the stairs down?
So I'm trying to think of the rooms hallway-wise. So hallway-wise, there are probably around 30 rooms per floor, which is a lot for River to be having her own floor, but it wasn't originally just for River. So you're probably at the, like, mid-center of the hallway. So, yeah, I'm going to say you're around 50 to 60 feet away from the door.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess we, like, kind of sneakily go out.
Okay. Now we are going to go back to Rodney and Hood and playing a good game of Saints and Sinners with Stasia. And then we'll go back to Remi, where she can get all of the little information that she needs. So, let's open Stasia up for me real fast. So, as Stasia lifts up her hands, she is using the power of biokinesis. So, the NPCs, Rodney and Hood, do know kind of what's going on around them now because she can only use the hypnotic song for so long. She can't use them adjacent to one another. So now Hood and Rodney are very aware of the situation that they are in. And Rodney looks at Hood with the gun pointed to Hood's head, and Hood looks at Rodney with the gun pointed to Rodney's head. They've just woken up from whatever hallucination, whatever trance they were in. And Rodney goes, "You had to follow the cute girl, didn't you? And any sort of situation, you have to follow the cute girl." And he goes, "You followed her too! You followed the song just as much as I did!" And she goes, boys, we're playing Saints and Sinners. That means I'm the one that gets to talk. Let's go into your heads, yeah? Let's see how they all roll. Okay, so, Hood rolled. Actually, no. Hood didn't roll that badly. Rodney rolled like shit. Stasia matched Hood's roll. So, canonically, Rodney rolls like shit. He still rolls like shit for me. So, she tries to go into Hood's brain. And she notices it's kind of locked up at first, and she stops and she looks at him and goes, "Oh, you're being a little bit difficult for me." And he looks at her and is so fucking stupid. In a way, I kind of appreciate Hood for this, but Hood just goes like, "Yeah, it's a mental trap in there, huh?" He like winks at her, and she just like rolls her eyes a little bit, smiles back at him, and goes, "Oh, I do love boy flesh. I can't wait to eat yours." And she turns to Rodney.
Ew.
Yeah.
If only, like he said, mental trap, all I think about is bacon.
So, she goes to Rodney. She goes into his mind immediately. And it's like so easy. It's almost like it was weakened by something. She doesn't know what was going on, but she immediately goes into a memory of when River was very much asleep. And he's talking to one of the other trainees, and they're just like, still haven't gotten her awake, blink. And he is just like, yeah, I know, it's starting to really stress me out. And this intern, well, I'm calling them an intern, they probably weren't at the time, but I'm calling them that, goes, I mean, I've been looking at the way that you've been staring at Celeste, though. That hasn't changed, huh? And he looks at him and he goes, what are you talking about? And he goes, dude, it's really obvious that you have feelings for Celeste again. And he looks at the kid and he goes, no, I don't. I've been waiting for my girlfriend to wake up. And he just goes, but have you? Or have you just been using it as time to have you and Celeste be a thing again? And he ignores it and like walks away from the situation. And he like goes into his back pocket, and he has a photo of River in it, but also in his wallet is an old photo of him and Celeste, and he just like puts it back in and like walks away from the situation. And Stasia comes out and goes, ooh, we found ourselves a sinner! And to our joy! You heard our joy. Ooh, we can't have that! And she immediately makes Hood pull the trigger, but he hits Rodney's foot. He does not hit Rodney's anything else, just Rodney's foot. And Rodney goes, oh my god! And Rodney takes, let's see, a toughness on Hood and fighting on Hood and a toughness on... Okay, so he takes one injury, and then she turns herself back to Hood and goes, will you open up for me, darling? And he goes, and he's just like still enamored that he shot his best friend. So Hood immediately opens up. And she touches his head, and it's almost like this lock unlocks. And all of his memories from River being his sister, to how everything happened and went down in Astoria, to his father, to his mother, to all of his archery competitions before he was taken by Astoria, all come flooding back. And suddenly, like, he's crumpled on the floor because it hurts so much from all of those memories coming back at once. It's like it's a sensory overload. And she just watches him drop and goes, oops, I may have done something. And she looks over at Rodney, who's like also just like hunched over on the floor from being shot in the foot. And now we go to Remi.
Okay.
What's that REM sleep doing, huh?
Well, I mean, I don't know what the last thing he said to her was.
He was talking about Avery being here with Remi. I'm not Remi, but Avery being here with River. That was pretty much it. If you do something, I will.
If I'm piecing this together, he's saying that there's a bunch of them that love River and Avery,
no,
right?
You don't know that. Data knows that because Carmichael
but didn't I roll an intellect check?
No, your intellect check was they're lonely and they just want to talk to people.
Okay. But didn't he say how he's like, we need them or something? He's like, we need them here. I
think he said he liked them.
Okay.
I may be off though, and I may listen back to the recording and be like, I did do that.
So I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna say, well, if you like River and Avery so much, then why don't you just help us get them out of here? They're no use locked up in this. And then she looks around and she's like, humble abode of yours, because she's not sure if he's gonna be insulted if she called it a dank dungeon of despair.
So he goes, a dank dungeon of despair. I'm kidding. looks at you and goes,
Remi, we're on lockdown. To be honest, we don't even know how you got in here.
We just came in through the back door.
You...
And then he turns back into his Wendigo form, and he's like, angry Hades, and he's like, there's a back door!
No, I've actually forgot that I was Professor Lancaster. Give me a second.
No, I want him to be in his Wendigo form. I liked him like that. He was kind of cute. He's adorable. He's adorable with his little horse skull.
Sits up in his Wendigo form. He turns back from the professor and just goes,
Not everything is as easy as it seems, Remi. We're not even sure how you got in here.
And I look at him and I just go, we went in through the back door.
Yes, but Remi, that was guarded in a way that
I was about to say, not really guarded.
And we don't have the set of skills that you have.
Remi immediately drops to a puddle.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Just like, do I come into a puddle or?
So, let me put up Atlas rules. So, I need you, Remi, to give me, let's say a fortitude save, or a fortitude roll for me.
Fortitude. This little bitch. So plus 5. That's a 12 plus 5, 17.
12 plus 5, 17. So, he is not able to get in. What he was going to do. Actually, I won't tell you what he was going to do, because then you'll be ready for it. So you're able to dodge whatever he was trying to do, and you can either start fighting with him to try and get out of this, or try and talk it out, and that's 100% on you as a player.
I don't know. Do I get the feeling that he's being malicious?
He's not being threatening at all. He just has you locked in one space and is not letting you leave.
So then I look at him and I'm just like, well, if you want me to, like, help you in some sort of way or even talk to you like a basic human being, this is not the right way to go about this, young sir. And or, I'm not going to say young sir because it makes me sound like an old woman. But, like, that's not the way to go about it, dear. I mean, straight up, you want to talk to somebody and then you just start going around and whipping dark tentacly things at them? That's not the way to make friends. What'd they teach you here at this stupid dungeon?
Remi, I didn't want you to run away from me. This form frightens most.
Why? You're just basically a floating cow skull.
Remi's seen some shit. She doesn't care anymore.
She's what? I look at him and I'm like, I watched my mother die and I pissed my pants. You think a floating cow skull is gonna do much of anything?
He just goes, okay,
Right now, do you want the full information on your friend? She is only your friend, though, right? You don't actually even see her as your best friend.
Oh my god, this shit again. She's basically my sister! We don't like our sisters all the time, but guess what? I picked this family and I'm sticking with it!
But, Remi, did you ever see her as a friend?
Oh. And then, like, you just see her, like, do, like, the kind of, like, angry intake of breath, and then instantly goes into cheapy little arm mode and is, like, screaming at this dude. Of course I did, you dipshit! Why do you think I keep saying that she's my sister?
Remi, your best friend is in a lot of danger right now. That's who she is to you, right? Your best friend.
She's within at least the top 5.
Welcome to Dice Drop Evolution, where we're rating the top 10 friends of Remi Monet Lancaster. Today, on number 10.
god, there's gonna be so much bloopers for this. I love it.
It's literally going to turn into fucking what's that YouTube channel? What Culture? Welcome to whatculture.com, where today we're rating the top 10 best friends of Remi Monet Lancaster.
Oh my god.
So he's staring at you, and he just goes,
Do you understand exactly what she has been going through? Or would you like a nice little rundown?
No, I already saw the torture videos. That's not my cup of tea.
Oh, you mean what Astoria had done to her at a young age?
She just blinks at him like,
Slow blink.
just
stupid. My favorite meme when you type in "what" on the GIF, and it's just like that one guy was just like, "Yeah."
Yes.
Astoria has always, in a matter of always, been that way. You once saw Astoria as family, though, once, didn't you?
We don't like to talk about that.
I feel like you need to talk about that sometime, though, Remi.
No, not really. I basically hate my entire family at this point. It's just me by myself now.
Remi, before I was taken into this very, very luxurious place of holding, I was a fair, good therapist. Obviously not in this form.
I knew it!
What could be the best torture for Remi? A therapist.
I knew it! Because I was sitting there, and then in the moment you said, Remi, I was like, this motherfucker is a fucking therapist! And I was like, oh my god! I was like...
You obviously can see that I can change my form. I was very good in my field until Astoria locked me up here. I might be a bit out of practice.
I look at him and I'm like, I don't need some Sigmund Freud. I don't got some... And then she like points his finger up at him again. She goes, I don't have some sick fetish with my father.
Remi, we're going to switch to Oswald.
We're just going to skip over Data and Carmichael because they're just kind of like talking about basically the entirety of the fortress. You guys will learn that information later as we go through this. Oswald, you are being taken away to a room that's completely dark, and you are being strapped in by this monstrosity of a creature. And as soon as you're fully strapped in, like, both your hands are away from you, both your legs are indeed tied, Brusha he starts having more of a giggle to him, and he's more excited. He's just like, friend, can you move again? Can you talk for me?
Hello.
Hello, friend. What is your name?
Oswald.
Oswald. I am Brusha.
Hello. You're both terrifying and nice at the same time.
Yes. Why are you in my home?
Do you happen to know River, by chance?
River.
Or Joy?
Joy. I think that is what the others are calling, in a way, our savior? I don't know anything about that, but do you want to know what I do know, Oswald?
Plenty of stuff, I imagine.
I know, Oswald, that you smell delicious.
I haven't showered in like a week.
Oh, but that adds so much flavor, Oswald, and I haven't had the taste of human flesh in so long.
I could have known that it was going to go that direction.
Both of our worst nightmares are therapists.
No, Bruce is not a therapist.
Well, he's acting like a therapist.
No, he's not. He just said
he's acting like a cannibal.
Yeah, I just said I wanted to eat you.
Well, to me, he's acting like a therapist.
Wait, so
you should really, definitely, any therapist that ever talked to you like that, probably report them.
Yeah, probably. So he's carrying me, yeah?
No, he's strapped into a chair now. Now, you still can't move. You're still very much trapped to a chair. I mean, like, technically you have, like, some movement in your muscles again, but it's, like, not 100% back yet.
How tall are the ceilings?
Oh, God, Oswald.
You forgot I could grow.
I did, but also, do you really think your muscles can... Actually, you know what? Roll for me. Roll for me right now. Let's see.
I can grow to however big I want. It doesn't have to be straight to 30 feet.
Kyle, your muscles and everything was just paralyzed. So, no, you might not be able to.
That would just make you look more delicious and juicy and probably
Can I, like, do an Aquaman thing and summon Jira and Pearl out of nowhere?
Oh my god,
seeing as I know where they are, they will not hear you.
I'm just like screaming for them in my head, and all they hear is like a mild buzzing, and they're like, what's that? Okay, so that one didn't roll off the desk or get stuck. So that is a... What am I rolling again?
You just straight roll for me.
Oh, 16.
Okay, so the DC was 18, my guy. But so you don't have the capacity yet to fully grow. Like, you can feel your muscles like contracting, like trying to do it, but you don't have that energy in you yet. You were physically just toxined and paralyzed. So that's a no.
I feel like... So I took this ability back when we started called Die Hard.
Okay.
I feel like it's going to come in handy here. When your condition becomes dying, you automatically stabilize on the following round without any need for a stamina check.
You're not dying.
Further damage. I know, but I feel like I'm going to get there.
You never know.
Trying to think of what I can do here. I'm guessing God can't help me from the other dimension, so...
God's in the middle of trying to somehow map River out of this mess.
No, not you.
No,
Winston.
not me. Winston. Winston is currently trying to map River out of this mess.
Oh, okay. I don't want to piss him off.
Roll an intelligence check for me.
Why is it always intelligence? Oh, that's a nat 20.
Oh, you think this guy's a little bit too stupid to really ever get mad. So, I'm at Carmichael's character sheet. Let me bring up Brucia.
So, can I try a persuasion thing?
Sure.
So I remember seeing Hansi and Plaguey, right? On the
the camera.
Yeah. Can I basically assume, like, without knowing what happened, could I basically assume that they're here?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't know where, but yeah, you can assume that they're there.
Right. So I'm going to try and be like, okay, look, I know that I, smell great and everything. Thank you, by the way. That's a massive compliment. Shade never literally says anything about how I smell, so, But I think I know one or two people that might taste even better for you.
Who would taste better for me?
Do you happen to know the plague doctor or the weird... I think he's German. I don't know. I just looked at him.
Oh! You mean the two doctors upstairs? They're so nice to me. They're so nice to me. But the plague doctor, he does not have flesh, you see. And Hansi, Professor, was he Dr. Hansi? I don't know. All I know is he is skin and bones.
His name was Dr. Hans Gruber, you ass! You hear through the intercoms.
And his smell smelled like rot. And you just smell so sweet.
I think you're offending Elena.
Girl, he was a fucking vampire.
Okay, and what makes you think that vampires stink?
You think I can't? No, his blood did not smell good to this fucking cannibal. You
Okay,
goddamn
there you go.
crack-headed psycho.
You need to make sure that you get your
Brusha.
fucking facts straight.
Brusha is not smart. The fact that I have to talk to you in my game goddess voice of "Are you fucking okay?" That
Hansi was the light of my life.
okay. So
I literally don't have any offensive capability whatsoever, so I'm kind of fucked here.
who said you need to be offensive
True.
with Brusha?
You can always persuade him.
You just persuaded him with the wrong deal.
True.
Because if I'm saying this as game goddess wise, and this is how kind of I see Plaguey, I don't see Plaguey with flesh at all. For anything, he's just a shadow demon walking around in a trench coat.
Yeah, that's more or less, what he was. The mask is just so that he doesn't look like a floating cloud.
Yeah.
Of darkness.
Floating cloud of darkness eats mac and cheese.
Let's be real, Hansi's the one that taught him humanity and the ways of being a person.
Absolutely. Okay. I'm trying to think. Brain isn't working at the moment.
So, okay, while you're thinking, Brusha is going to be, circling you. And while he's circling you, he's still, deeply breathing. And you can... It almost sounds like Zane when you were here, if anyone's listening. My dog is very old right now, and he's having a really hard time breathing. So no matter what he does, he's just wherever he is.
There were a few times when he would go up the stairs and I'd be like, don't fuck yourself out, old man.
Yeah, so it's kind of like that, but it's not as frequent as his, so it's kind of like a
so like Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a little bit more like Dorkfish.
So
a little bit raspier.
I got it. No, that was bad. That was bad.
All right, so I'm gonna say, I'm something a bit of a connoisseur of food myself here. What's your favorite flavor? What do you like to eat? I get that it's people, but what other than people? What do you like to eat?
We have someone that's flavored like bacon.
I mean, it's mostly people. I don't eat much.
Yeah, but
else.
when they got you locked up here, they're obviously not gonna feed you people.
They've given me limbs from inmates from the prison.
That's fair. I can't really.
If we would have known this dude liked to eat people, why didn't we just feed all the dead bodies to him?
It's probably not what he wants now that he's out.
No, but this was pre-lockdown.
By the way, when he says they send me bodies from the prison, the closest prison is the one that I mentioned, the one that River's dad was in.
Ooh.
Oh.
Well, he's dead.
I didn't know. He might not be dead, and seeing as the fact that he talked to River. No, he talked to River.
Okay.
Well, just like you knew.
You have that voice right now that makes me think you're a liar.
Okay, but the last time you thought that I was lying, it was, I told you River's mother's name was Harper Hadley, and you're like, that's a weird way to say Janetta Astoria, when it wasn't Janetta Astoria, so...
Okay, so... I don't really have an explanation for it myself, it just kind of happens, but I do have this ability to, produce basically any food stuff you could ever imagine. So if
you already have food stuff on you right now.
yeah, okay,
it's
haha,
you.
funny jokes. I mean, like literally anything you can think of that's not in this immediate vicinity. I'll roll a persuasion check.
Okay.
Oh, I get a plus 14 to this, so it's going to be good no matter what, I hope.
Jesus Christ.
7 plus 14, so 21.
Yeah, Oswald, can you give me a toughness check?
Dirty 20.
Yeah.
Ha.
Yeah, it was. No, that wasn't a good Kyle.
Oh.
You didn't persuade him. Your DCs are a lot higher, especially for you, Oswald. Because your character is broken as fuck.
Well, I mean, if you look at my sheet, you know where he's broken.
Yeah, I know. My love. You see him.
I swear to God, if you eat Oswald, I'm gonna kill you.
He's not going to eat all of Oswald.
It's fine because I can just roll a new character with better powers.
No, so he takes out this big, like, butcher knife, and he immediately cuts off your hand, Oswald.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh my God!
And you watch as he devours your hand, and he goes, actually, you don't taste as good as the inmates. I'm gonna let you go. And then he unstraps you and literally tosses you out.
Do I still have my hammer?
You do, but what hand is Oswald not right with? I will give him that.
He's right-handed like me.
I was about to say, fucking roll a D2.
So you're
I
righty?
roll a d20. If I get below a 10, then he's left-handed. Above a 10, right? No, he's right-handed like me.
He's right-handed. Okay, so you lost your left hand. So you still have your dominant hand. But
All right, well, I wrap it up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Data is on the other side, so he can heal it for you. Oswald no longer has a left hand.
Well, that kind of takes out the whole, like, dramatics of it all, if we can just reattach limbs.
Yeah, we aren't Resident Evil that much, and Oswald's still a living person. So,
yeah, but I was
Resident
thinking,
Evil.
you know, how, like, Kyle, you would know this, how, like, in Taz in the Crystal Kingdom, when Merle loses his arm and they just give him, like, a tree arm. Like, I was thinking...
I was just going to get some sort of mechanical hand.
Yeah, I was thinking robot hand.
Yeah. So, Oswald, right now you're bleeding out of your left arm, handless, and you do have a hammer, but right now you probably want to make the blood stop. So,
no, I said that I'm going to wrap it up.
Okay, but with what?
And Oswald's, like, not exactly, like, freaking out, mostly because, like, whenever something shitty happens to him, he's in shock. So
yeah, I figured that's what was happening. I need you to. Are you going to try and get Data's attention? Because he's just on the other side of the hall from you.
He's too mad at Slug Boy. I want to make the logical decision, but thinking as Oswald, he's too mad at Slug Boy, so he's going to wrap up his hand.
Okay, but I need you to think of this as a player, too. You don't have anything to wrap it up with. You say, yeah, I wrap it up, but
I'm wearing a shirt, aren't I?
A dirty shirt that's going to soak through with blood very quickly. It's not going to stop all of the bleeding.
Why is my shirt dirty? I did laundry.
You've been going through. You know what, Oswald?
Just roll it, Allie.
So I'm telling you this as a DM, and I'm giving you this, like, all of the things to keep Oswald alive. A shirt alone will not work as a tourniquet for your cut off hand.
I don't know, it works in movies.
Yeah, in movies and in video games, this is not that, my friend.
This is a
Are you
tabletop
sure?
RPG, Kyle.
Are you sure I'm not Ethan from Resident Evil 8, where I can just pour liquid on my
I
hand and then have it
I am
reattached?
10,000% sure. There is no goop. You can't just reattach your hand like they do in fucking Resident Evil with the tall lady that could step on me any day.
Get the goop.
Okay, is it safe to assume that the slug boy is going to stay in that room for a little bit?
Oh yeah, no, he's over you. You did not taste good.
Okay, so
It's kind of like when a shark bites you. It's kind of like when a shark bites you and realize, oh, this is a human. They taste like shit and walks away.
That's exactly what sharks do.
But that's kind of sad, though, because this is a cannibal who loves to eat people, and it's saying that Oswald tastes gross. That's kind of like, I would feel offended.
Oswald is pissed. Oswald is pissed that the cannibal didn't finish him because he tasted bad.
That's literally it. I'm not even fucking with you. Like, that's why Oswald is pissed off, because, like, you know, he was like, nah, you taste bad. I'm not gonna eat you anymore, and then that's it. He's just pissed because he's like, well, that's fucking insulting. I'm mad at you now. So
I lost a hand for this.
Yeah, like that could have been worse, but at the same time, I'm mad.
So Carmichael and Data are literally just chatting across the hall. They have no idea what happened.
Wait, so are they down the hall or across the hall?
So this is how it's set up. Data went down one side of the hall and you went down the other, not by your choice.
Okay. I'm gonna run over to Data.
Are you gonna run over or are you gonna call over? Because you remember you're still losing blood, so you don't have a lot of energy. And you already got toxin.
I guess I'll call.
Okay.
And then I'll just hold up the stump.
Oswald has taken one step further to achieve his chibi form.
Kyle, I want to make it very clear to you, you did say, fuck me up.
Yeah, but now Oswald's just mad. All you did was piss off Oswald.
Data hears you. He rolled a 16 on his awareness. And he turns around and goes, that sounds like Oswald. And Carmichael's just like, the other one? And he's just like, the other one? He's just like, yeah, I saw him be taken by Brusha. I didn't really know how that was going to play out. Just let that happen. And you didn't tell me? No, we were having a conversation, man.
I call over, Data, I need a patch up real fast, and then you can get back to talking to your cowboy.
Oh, fucking teenage cowboys, man.
They're the most terrifying thing. It's like high school all over again.
So, Data sees your bloody stump and that you're losing fucking... You got an injury, by the way. I don't know if that was very clear, but you're about to...
I would think that would be like 2 injuries or 3. Like, that's not just 1.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. Data's going to heal it for you anyways, but Data sees it and goes, holy shit!
Yeah, I'm kind of pissed off at Slug Boy, so I'm going to hit him with my hammer. Can you heal this so I can do that?
Oswald, I cannot grow back a limb.
I wasn't asking for grow back. I was asking for seal so I don't bleed to death.
Got it. I can do that.
Just flex seal this baby and then I'm out.
Flex seal this baby!
So he puts his hand.
Fucking Data's codename is no longer Data. It's officially Flex Seal.
Data runs to you and immediately white lights your hand, and your hand becomes a your hand becomes a healed up stump. But Data then Kyle, give me a perception check on Data real fast, and if it's low, that makes sense.
Alright.
See, this is why we can't bring Data into things where it's high stakes, Because then it like takes it all
No.
away, and then we just laugh about it.
I figured it was Flex Seal that you were laughing about.
It is. No, that's what I'm still laughing about. Because he's like fucking Flex Seal. Just slap some tape on that bitch, and you're good.
So I look at the stump, I look at Data, and I'm like, thanks, Phil Swift. All right. I grab my hammer. What did you get on
your perception? What did you get on your perception?
Oh, I got a fuck. What is that? Hold on. I rolled a 4, 18.
You notice that Data now has a white strand in his hair again. Hey, you there, listener. This is Allie. You know, from that podcast that you're listening to right now. Well, if you're listening to us, you must be really into or interested in tabletop role-playing games. Well, from the makers and publishers of games like Mutants and Masterminds, that's the one that we play, Blue Rose, Dragon Age RPG, Fantasy Age RPG, and many more, Green Ronin Publishing and Dice Drop Evolution would like to give back to you all. So stock up and pick up some new games at greenronin.com and use the code DICEDROP at checkout to help save you some money. Again, that is greenronin.com and the code is DICEDROP at checkout. Have fun, friends.
We are the Game Night Heroes, and you can be too. We are a group of 5 friends playing tabletop role-playing games, and we strive to tell story and character-driven narratives that are immersive and exciting. We're currently adventuring in Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition with Green Ronin Publishing's Freeport campaign setting. Our heroes are exploring a pirate town gone legit, harboring a sinister secret. New episodes come out every Tuesday. You can check us out at GameNightHeroes.com, and we are found on all streaming platforms. See our main hub at anchor.fm/GameNightHeroes. We'll see you out there.
Roll for Romance is a 5e actual play D&D podcast featuring 5 friends thirsty for D20. If you're a fan of bawdy jokes, ribald one-liners, and heaps of romance.
Romance? In my D&D? Why, I never.
Why, in my day, we played Dungeons & Dragons the good old-fashioned way. No need for aphrodisiacs.
From sexy shenanigans to star-crossed lovers, each episode is ribbed for your oral pleasure.
I think I've got the vapors. Oh.
Oh my!
Here's an out-of-context sneak peek.
Damn it, Miles. Chadley's a squirrel, not a doctor.
Madam, I take out the trash, not pleasure it.
Are you gonna finally kiss me, sugar? Or do I have to lie to my diary again?
I'll probably waste away from some tragic disease.
Roll for Romance, where every NPC has a +5 to sexy. Episodes are published every other Thursday. Find us on your favorite podcast platforms.
Uh-oh.
I kind of pointed out, and I'm like, you might want to not heal people for a bit because you're starting to die slowly again.
He looks at the hair and goes, damn it.
Yeah, well, that's...
I think Data's funnier now that he curses, by the way. So,
yeah, he doesn't seem like as much of like a timid piece of shit anymore.
He doesn't seem like such a fucking prude.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm like, all right, so stop dying. Thanks, Phil Swift. I'm going to go kill a slug.
okay,
and then I grab my hammer, kick the door down, and then what?
From
so
behind
you,
you just 1 minute. From behind you, you just hear Carmichael go, "Hey, that motherfucker gonna go kill Bruiser? That's fair."
I boy, I wish I was wearing a hat so I could be like, "Thanks, cowboy man," and then
Thanks, Monsieur.
do the hat tip.
Thanks, Monsieur.
I look at him. I'm like, I'd tip my head if I had one. But yeah, so, okay, so with the hammer that you gave me, what does it do again?
You chose the heat hammer, and you have a +3 to your already score on fighting when you use it.
Cool, so I get a +17, and then when I grow, I get a plus...
Oh my fucking god.
I want you to know that the ceilings in here are probably 12 feet tall. Like, that's
I'm not going to grow. I'm not going to
Okay.
grow. So not only do I get the +3 from the hammer, I also get... Hold on a second. I can't find advantages. There we go. I also have a thing called close attack, where I get a +1 bonus to attacks per rank with this advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, so I get an additional +5 on top of that.
Sorry, I was rolling for Kimmy, Claudia, and Zach.
You're
okay.
fine. So I get +7 on top of the 15. So I'm not even gonna announce myself. Actually, I'm not gonna kick in the door. Right, Con? I'm just gonna open the door. Is he looking my direction, the slug boy?
No, he's face toward the wall and just sort of humming to himself, and you can see him picking your hand bones out of his teeth.
Okay, well, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure walk towards him. You know what I'm talking about? Hold on.
Have no clue.
I was about to say, is it like a pimp walk?
Kind of. Trying to see if I can find a gif.
So it's just a swagger. You're swaggering up to him.
Kind of. Something like that. Let's laser focus onto him, hammers at the ready. I do turn the heat on to the hammer because slugs plus heat equals bad. So, yeah, I'm gonna roll this fighting check, which is plus fucking... Oh, shit, I don't get a +15. I get a +20. Never mind. Wonderful. So this is going to be a +23 to hit. That's a 13, so that's a 36 to hit.
All right, he has an injury and does not look great.
Okay.
Actually, no, that's 2 injuries. You gave him 2 injuries. You, squash him like a bug, and he immediately starts, wailing.
I'm guessing he's not going to fight back, so I am going to hit him again. That's a 15 that time, so that's a 37.
He rolled a 2. You killed Brusha.
Cool. I wipe the slug guts off my face. I'm gonna take his big ass knife and just kind of put it in my belt buckle or something as a backup in case my hammer gets lost somehow. So
okay.
Hopefully I don't trip and fall. That would suck.
Pluggy.
Make a dexterity check. You fell on your knife. You're dead.
So, Pluggy, I am going to have me, Kyle, and Avery roll to see how far we get on that stairwell.
Do I roll for anything here?
Roll for Pluggy. Tell me the number you got.
Flat 20 or +5?
Do a flat 20 for me.
That's a 2.
Well, Avery got a 14 and River got a 9, so we're gonna go with Avery's. So you guys all collectively are able to go downstairs. Plaggy, I keep wanting to call you Oswald. You do clock Plagueswald. Thank you. You do clock. You clock Natasha, who is a skin and bones sort of skinwalker looking girl. She's just sitting in the corner. She isn't doing a lot. She's kind of humming to herself. And you also clock Walland, who clearly looks like he's from Asian descent. And he kind of has these long nails and weird, distinctive, like, marks on his flesh. And he looks at you and, like, hisses, but he sees you with River and immediately puts his head down. And River, like, actually, let's see if River notices it. Let's give River a chance to roll. So River doesn't notice it. Does Avery notice it? Avery should know what's going on no matter what. So Avery got an 11, but Avery, I always have her DCs a little bit lower because she knows everything that's going on no matter what, because she's literally in everyone's mind at all times. She is aware that 90% of this compound believes basically her to be a god. And that is the only reason they are not getting touched at all right now.
Fair enough.
So you guys make it all to the third. You're on the okay. So they make it to the second floor, and right at the time where you like walk out of the room, Oswald, the stairwell is to the next place is facing towards you, and Data's like walking up to you with Carmichael like slowly following behind him, because Carmichael's just gonna follow you wherever now because y'all seem cool.
As he sees like me with the slug guts on my face,
he
and
just like looks at that and goes, Bruce, I had it coming.
Have you ever seen
hammer.
any cowboy ever? They don't question shit.
It's true.
I love that you called him a teenage cowboy.
He's a teenage cowboy. He's a teenage Matthew McConaughey.
I look at Carmichael because I know that he's like been stuck here too, and I look at him with my hammer that's like got steam coming off of it, basically because of the slug gut.
Carmichael was one of those names, by the way, that you saw like in the thing that's been here already for 30 years, and the fact that he still looks like a teenager might be a little bit weird for you.
He's probably just has some like anti-aging power. I'm not even gonna ask him.
Okay.
But I look at him and I'm like, are we gonna have a problem?
Nah, man, nah. You seem chill. We're all trying to get out of here though, right?
You see the hammer just like stop steaming.
He goes, that's cool. That's a neat little trick you got there. Seems like fun though.
Kind of think for a second that Carmichael's gonna be like the worst one out of all of them.
He's actually Peter.
No, but like, you know what I mean? Like, he's just too complacent and then too friendly.
He's from the South.
That doesn't mean
he probably has like soul
he's
food
probably
in
racist.
That doesn't mean fucking shit. I guarantee you he's the worst one out of all of them.
So, right at that moment, the door opens. And Oswald, you clock your head around, expecting it to be another one of the monsters, another one of the horrors in this hellhole where Carmichael is just like chilling, looking back, and you see, breathing heavily, hair down in her face, just opening the door, River.
I immediately like sprint towards her.
And she looks up, sees you, and her eyes immediately get glassy, and she just goes, Oswald. And she just runs to you and is basically on you like a monkey.
I was gonna say I like tackle her.
Koala.
Let's roll. Let's roll to see how ferociously we do this and if we smack into each other.
Is it a flat 20?
Yep.
I got a 14.
I got a 16.
Oh, no.
That's pretty
This is
equal.
a pretty aggressive hug.
We both have headaches. It's fine.
But she's like sobbing into your shirt. Like, your shirt's just getting wetter and wetter. And she looks up. Let's see, give her a perception check because she's been through a lot right now, so she doesn't really know. What's River's perception? I think it's pretty high, actually. Perception. Oh, yeah, I got a plus 13. I got 15. So, River got a 13 plus, a 15 plus 13 on her perception. Someone else do that math for me. But she looks over at your hand, your non-existent one now, and goes, "What happened to your hand? Why is it gone?"
The slug blade.
I was trapped into Oswald. I've been trapped in 2 fucking floors, and what the fuck is going on? And I need you to give me a perception check, Oswald.
Wow, I'm rolling great.
That's sarcasm.
That's a 2 plus 14 though, so it's a 16 total.
Okay,
You can't tell her
at least you got.
anything.
No, at least you got like the 16. You notice that her cheeks are sunken in a little bit, and that her lips are a little bit more chapped, and she has bags under her eyes. She obviously wasn't well taken care of.
I sort of set her down, and immediately you see this like this dimension tear happen above Oswald, and her favorite snack pops down into his hand.
She's like, "You brought me a cheeseburger?"
I did, yeah. You're not even going to ask about the dimensional rift?
She's like, "I don't ask about anything anywhere, Oswald. I've been through hell."
Absolutely fair.
Who's this? And she's like pointing at Carmichael. Who the fuck is this?
He's a good Southern boy, at least so far.
I'm telling you, I don't trust him.
And he goes, you're cuter than I thought you would be. I thought you'd be a little bit more like creepy and witchy, but nah, you're pretty cute there. And she's just like holding a hamburger that she hasn't quite taken a bite out of yet. And it's looking at Carmichael, and then immediately looks at you, and then immediately looks at Data, and it's just like, "Oh, you got Data."
Well, yeah. You were traded for him, remember?
Oh, I was she actually gave you him?
Yeah. Dropped him out of a helicopter. It was, we didn't catch him in time. Sorry about that.
Data's like, "No, Rodney got me. It's fine."
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. I wasn't really paying attention. I was more mad about the trees that were yelling at me.
I'm going to ignore that comment. River, who's this? And he's pointing at Plaguey, and he's pointing at River's godmother, Avery.
As soon as Oswald clocks Plaguey, Plaguey's going to open up a dimensional rift and drop food into his hand as well. And then you're going to see the predator handshake come out of Oswald and Plaguey.
Plaguey doesn't have actual... You know what? Fine.
Well, if he's wearing his suit, he's solid. He can still grab things.
So, after this beautiful, beautiful interaction, we're going to step to Zach and the twins. He's still kind of trapped in the center of where everyone started. He hasn't seen anybody. He hasn't been led anywhere. The twins have just been kind of encasing him, and they haven't really showed their physical form yet. But they start going from cutesy little haha, you're here to play with us, to so both the girls at the same time go, "Are you here to save Joy? Are you here to save Joy? Are you going to be Joy's Prince Charming? We know the other one can't be. The other one's bad for her."
That's immediate shade.
And then they he doesn't answer them. They go, How are you going to get to her? How are you going to save her? You know she's basically one of us. She is one of us. She's actually our savior. She will save us. We will get out of here because of her. It has been shown to us many times. But she is also a monster just like us. And they stop and they go, a monster. But you're also a monster, Zach, aren't you? And then they kind of go into his head, where collectively you see a smaller, probably 13-year-old Zach in the middle district with what looks to be his parents and his little sister that's probably the age of 6. His parents and him are on one of the bridges from the middle district, and they're not paying attention to the little girl at all. And then suddenly from behind Zach, you see the little 6-year-old fall off the bridge.
That sounds detrimental to the 6-year-old's health.
Oswald?
Sorry. I don't know how Oswald got here. He's gonna go back to the second floor.
And then he's immediately pulled out, and they're like, you weren't even watching your sister. You weren't watching your sister at all, were you, Zach? You're a monster, just like us, aren't you, Zach? And Zach just goes please stop. Please get out of my head. Please get out of my head. And they're like, and then your parents, they left too. They left without telling you, didn't they, Zach? Because they knew it was your fault. And Zach starts going oh my god, you're such little brats. And they're like, what did you call us? And then 1,000 rows of teeth show from their mouth. And he goes, oh, fuck this. And Zach fucking books it. He starts running up to the second floor, and you can hear him from the stairwell probably going, fuck. And
This definitely is a Mickey Mouse clubhouse.
Yes, the best of the Mickey Mouse clubhouse. And at that point, the River, Oswald, Data, you all can hear him. Remi, can you give me an awareness if you can hear him?
Uh-huh.
And then I need to see. Almost forgot about the other two, Estacia.
Ooh! That's a 19 plus 4. What do my little baby ears hear?
So you hear him, and then fucking Atlas goes
oh, the twins seem to have been mad. One of yours have angered the twins.
Nah, that happens. We're all kind of a surly bunch.
Yeah, I will let you go to take care of that. Please get Joy out of here, but if you could also get all of us out of here.
We won't take the bad ones.
I'm going to be honest, I do not hear any of Brusha anymore. So that means he is probably gone, and he was probably the worst of them. The twins just get like this when they're angry. You understand. I've seen
any of the others have any issues that we need to know about?
Polly has grudges. Polly has a lot of grudges.
This is probably why she killed Hans.
Well, I mean, she was probably tortured by Hans.
Okay, so then she looks at him and she's like, all right, I'll see what I can do. I can't promise nothing, but I'll try my best. Okay, so then does he let down the wall?
Yeah, he lets down the wall. And it goes down.
Then she marches to wherever the stairwell or wherever they were previous, and she yells, all right, which one of you pissed off the twins?
You hear Zach going, it was definitely not me. And let me get Hood and Rodney to see if they heard that. Hood heard that, and he's going oh god, they need us. Oh shit. And Rodney's passed out because his foot hurt so bad. And Stasia looks up and goes, oh, we're gonna be free soon. And she looks down, she goes, You're Joy's brother. And Hood looks up at her and goes, yeah, I'm Joy's brother. And he goes, You should deal with that one. And she points to Rodney and goes, I'm going to leave now because there are much better boys than you out there. And she steps over them and walks out of her room. And he is crumpling up and goes, Rodney, wake the fuck up, man. Wake the fuck up, dude. We need to get out. And then you need to tell me what the fuck happened with River. And Rodney just moans, and Hood's able to pick up Rodney. And he just sort of hoists Rodney over his shoulder and starts walking out. So, Remi, are you going up to the...
Yeah, I follow where I hear Zach when he called out.
Yeah, he is running up the stairs, and you can see two haunted-looking little girls behind him, just, with rows of teeth clamoring, from their mouths, and, their eyes, being really wide and bug-eyed.
She just huffs and goes, oh, why do I have to take the fuck care of everything around here? And then, runs after them.
And he goes, you can hear him go, man, I thought I wanted kids, but I'm thinking real hard turn on that.
Are they running towards us?
He's going upstairs, so yeah, it's going to come out where you guys are.
Okay.
And River's sitting on the floor eating a cheeseburger, listening to the yelling, and is looking up at Carmichael. And Carmichael is looking down at her, and she's just like, hey.
Hey, what's up? What you doing later, baby?
Hey, girl.
I'm in a hospital gown.
Hey,
girl. What are your plans tonight, huh?
Hey, girl. Are you from Mississippi? Because you're the only Miss I see. Or what is it? What's the line where, if you're from...
It.
Oh, 10! It's for Tennessee! Oh, girl, are you from Tennessee? Because you're the only 10 I see. That's it.
River cuts his Achilles heel.
River just looks at Oswald. Can I kill him?
I just walk away. Can I do a thing where, do I know that they're coming in this direction?
You can hear him clambering up the stairs.
Okay. Because I was going to say, can I, wait at the top of the stairs and then try and reason with the kids?
You can, but you have to let Zach through first.
That's what I was going to do, is, stand in between them.
Okay,
so gonna gobble on that ass.
I already lost a hand at this point.
Not his ass. So, oh wait, no, this is Hood and Rodney. Sorry, my bad. Let's see how fast Zach is going. Okay, Zach rolled a 10, so, are you just let him run by, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so, what are you so you stop Kimmy and Claudia?
Yeah, I'm gonna put my arms out
fitting.
T-posing, basically blocking their way.
Yeah.
And
okay.
I'm gonna say,
what do you say to them?
I was gonna say something like, "You guys hate Astoria too, right?"
And they immediately put their teeth away, and their eyes go back to normal, and it's like a sunken-in little kid state, and they go, "Yeah, we hate her."
Okay,
God, I want to be their parents so bad.
We got River. We're getting out of here. As long as you don't kill Zach because he's an idiot, we can take you with us. I guess. I don't know.
I want to be their parents so bad.
Give me a persuasion. Can
I have advantage? No, I'm kidding.
With your plus 14, that is your advantage.
Yeah. I need double advantage. Oh, okay. Well, never mind. That's a 17 plus 14, so.
So they both rolled 19s, which I thought was fitting. And they just both look at you and go, "We can leave?"
I mean, the back door's been open this whole time.
We don't have to live here anymore?
No. We're taking River out. I mean, the place is kind of on fire.
We can have a family?
Do you want to have a family in a building that's on fire?
Oh my god, can I please adopt these children? My ovaries.
Remi wants to adopt horror children.
Oh my god. No, but could you imagine, like, Remi being the mom to these two? Like, how old are they? Like, 7?
So,
like, can you imagine that?
Elena, I want you to know on their sheet it does say 12, but they also been in here for 30 years.
No, but could you imagine, like, Remi being the mom? They're, like, out in, like, just imagine, like, if this was, like, a normal world. They're, like, out and about, and then, like, one of them, like, a little boy, like, does, like, a mean face to one, and then they just do the, like, that giant teeth, and then, like, Remi, like, takes out a squirt bottle and just squirts them right in the face, be like, honey, we talked about this, put your teeth away. And then she's like, and then just sits there and crosses her arms and is just like, meh.
Okay, well, they look up and they see Avery and, like, a River sitting on the floor, and they go, are they coming? They are coming.
Well, yeah. River's with us, so...
They
I don't know
look
who
at
this
River.
is. I'm guessing, I don't know. Who are you?
River's like has her mouth full of food. She's like, that's my godmother. Her name is Avery.
Oh,
and
hello.
Avery's just looking at her goddaughter, and she goes, "God, I love you."
I wave with my stump, and I'm like, "Hello."
And at this point in time, Remi finally makes her way to where they are, and she's yelling up the stairs, Zach, I swear to Jesus, why are you pissing off the twins? And then she just runs up the stairs, and she's like, oh, the situation's handled.
Yeah, I told them that we're going to go after Astoria, and they hate Astoria, so yeah.
So they turn to you once you say that, because you're like, it's like a sandwich. It's like Oswald, twins, you on the stairwell. And the twins, like, turn to you at the same time, like, in sync, and they go, Remi. And they have, like, this big smile on their face.
She looks at him, and she's like, I don't know why, but I have the strangest feeling to hug you, so I'm going to. And then she pulls them into this deep hug.
And the moment you hug them, they're just like, will you be our mommy?
Oh my god. Okay, Allie, you asked me what I wanted for Remi. This is it.
I gave it to you. River's on the floor saying, so Remi is now a mother of horror twins.
And then she drops them and she's just like, Oswald? Oswald?
What?
She heard River's voice for the first time in, like, how many days?
I assume
5?
that River's just going to be
like 14 to 16 days.
Oh,
I assume that River's going to be like just kind of behind me so that the line of sight is kind of obstructed.
Yeah, but River is still River and will comment on whatever she wants.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, it's not something that Remi would
you
have seen
definitely
right away.
do not see her.
So I step out of the way so that the line of sight is there, and I like gesture my hand, my one hand. Actually, no, I gesture with my stump over to River.
And I'm just like, before I deal with this, what happened to your hand?
Yeah, a slug ate my hand, and I killed the slug.
I know slugs are incapable of eating people.
I look at Carmichael to explain.
Who'd you piss off? Why can't anybody do what I tell them to do? And I turn and I look at the girls and I go, I swear to Jesus, if I'm going to be your mother, you better damn nail with it. Listen.
They just look at you and they're like, technically we're older than you, but like we like mothers. We like mother figures.
And I tap them on the heads. Hush, children. Mommy's talking. And I turn and I look back over to Oswald.
Remi, give me roll and tell me what you think of Carmichael, because Carmichael does have like some swagger to him. He just is kind of covered in snake scales.
Okay, what would be a good roll? Like 10. I'm gonna roll a D2.
Roll the phone love.
It's a 50-50 shot, man. I'm gonna use this sweet dice the Kraken dice gave to us. that I haven't had the chance to use yet. Okay. Kraken, she thinks he's banging. 1, she thinks he's banging. It's a 1. She's not that interested. There's only one room for one strong Southern person in this group, and that position's been filled.
So he immediately stops like looking at River and immediately goes to looking at Remi. He goes, "Hey there, sunshine."
I look at him and I go, "Hush, children, people are talking," and I rush River.
Oh God, I'm gonna roll for River real fast. River falls on the floor. That was a 2. That was a 2 for my Riv. She goes, "Oh my God, Remi!
As soon as I tackle her and we fall on the ground, she accidentally splashes into a puddle because she's used to that.
River's like she's like covered in water now. She goes, "I don't know what's going on, and I don't know if I am allowed to move or not, or if Remi's just in crevices of me that she's not supposed to be."
And then she pops right beside River.
So River is looking. Can you give me a perception check, Remi, to see how River's looking for you?
That one, she's looking great.
Nonchalantly just threw my dice. So that's a 14 plus 8.
So you're also seeing that she's looking like not herself. She looks like she actually lost a few pounds, which for River, it's not good for her. Can you tell me when she looks at Avery what she thinks about Avery? Because Avery's this Scarlett Johansson looking goddess, beautiful woman who's also kind of like spindly now. She doesn't look like she's been well taken care of either, but she does have like this beauty to her, and her and River do share features.
Shouldn't have put away that D2. Where is it? Kraken, she's banging. 1, she's banging. That's another 1. She's attracted, but wouldn't tap that.
Well, that's not what the roll was for. So it was more of just like a. Yeah, that's. Would you remember?
Oh, she rolled a 14. She's like, I like her.
Would you remember, like, through all the documents that you've read about Avery, that you would know that this is indeed Avery?
Probably. It probably had. Didn't you say that it had a picture of her? Like a mugshot almost?
Yep, it had a picture, mugshot of her. It also had, like, she was in this building, so that tracks that she is here. And Avery is looking at you up and down and is going, "Oh, water elemental." And she looks at you and she, like, produces fire from her hand. She goes, "Can I train you?"
I lean over to River and I whisper in her ear, and she's like, "Is it weird that I'm sexually attracted to your aunt?"
And River looks at you straight in your eyes and goes, "Yes."
And then she's like, "Wait, I got something for you." And then she like opens up her bag and then starts throwing out like a weird assortment of items that she's been picking up while she's been going through all this. And she's like, "Nope, that's not it. That's not it." And it's just like 3 days worth of clothes in there and like all this other stuff. And then
you do notice River is indeed in like a hospital gown, and you do notice that if you look on her arms and shit, she does have like those yellow bruises from like needles and shit being poked in her.
Because she brought clothes for River too, but she's like, "Here, these are for you," and like tossed them to her, but that's not it. And she's like still throwing things, and she's like, "Where is it?" And then she has a water bottle that's filled with glorious water, and she's like, "Nope, that's not it either." She's like, "Aha!" And she's like, "Close your eyes."
She like closes her eyes.
She waves her hand in front of her face.
She doesn't see shit. Her eyes are closed.
Okay. And then she takes out the tiny rag of a baby blanket, and then she puts it in River's lap, and then she's like, "Open."
River opens her eyes, and right as she opens her eyes, fucking Rodney and Hood run up from the stairs, but, like, Hood's, like, has Rodney on his back, and immediately when Hood sees River, like, she's, like, holding a baby blanket that she hasn't looked down at yet because they just startled up, and he, like,
I turn and look at him, and I'm like, we were having a moment! Get your ass back down the stairs!
He doesn't listen to you as he's just staring at River, like, in awe. And he just sort of drops Rodney without thinking about it. Just poor passed out Rodney. Data goes over and looks at Rodney. And he immediately goes over and heals that bullet wound from his foot. But,
what a little bitch boy if he can't take a bullet to the foot.
So, blood loss is still a thing, my love.
I know, but still, of all the things, he could have been shot in the arm, he could have been shot in the gut. The foot is probably the best place for you to shoot because it misses vital organs.
Well, she wasn't trying to kill them, just, like, maim them. So Brusha wanted to kill Oswald, and that was really one of your biggest issues here were probably Brusha, Polly, and Jesse, and you only encountered 2 of them. So as you guys are, like, getting your shit, like, together, and she sees Hood, she just goes, "Oh, you're back." And Hood immediately, like, when he drops Rodney, immediately goes to River and goes, "I forgot." And she goes, "Yeah." And he, like, pulls her into his arms and he goes, "I forgot." And she goes, "Yeah! You fucking forgot!" And he's
Remi immediately crosses her arms and she's like, we were having a moment.
River, like, turns her eyes from me because they are a little bit glassy. She looks over at Remi and she goes, I'll be with you later. We'll cuddle.
I have children to attend to, and then turns to her children.
They're, like, looking at each other, and then suddenly you see Avery come up, and Avery is looking at both of them, and she goes, "We're starting to have our family come back together." And River bursts into tears because she has not had, like, she's had, like, you guys as a family, but, like, no one blood related in ever. And it just starts all coming together for her. And I need everyone to give me a perception check on River.
Oh, that's a 19 plus 14.
This is the third 14 I've rolled in a row, just by casually tossing this dice.
So as River starts, like, realizing that she does indeed have people who love and appreciate her that aren't just her blood family, although it's nice to have her blood family starting to come back to her. You guys notice the yellowish and purple and blue bruises that have been all over her start to get, like, this purple glow emanating from all of them, and all of them start to heal up like they were never there. And
we've seen her healing powers.
Yeah, but you have never seen her heal herself. From what you knew, she could not heal herself.
I look at it and I'm like, we will talk about that later. We gotta get out of here.
River's like, yeah, let's get out of here. Let's get out. Are we bringing friends? And Carmichael's still having his hands in his pocket. He's just like, little lady, do not worry. Everyone here thinks you're basically a queen. And we could just...
Did what's-his-face come? What's his name? Aspen?
Atlas? Atlas is
there?
in... you can do a perception.
Okay, I want to just... that's another 14! Plus 8.
Atlas is chilling in the shadows, just waiting for everything to open up.
So I casually look over to Atlas and I'm like, are we waiting for anybody else, or is this everybody?
He's just like, I mean, they can all walk out whenever they realize that everything is open.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the ones that we care about. Is there anybody else that we're going to actually like, or ones that we're going to hate?
Stasia's a fun time every so often, but, and as soon as he says Stasia, fucking Rodney goes, no! No! Not Stasia!
I'm like, all right, everyone, to the minivan!
And
Mom energy on point.
So you guys all get into the minivan, or like are about to, and then suddenly you hear Astoria over the speakers, and she goes,
Avery Rivera, did you seriously turn off all of the cameras in my facility?
And Avery's like, go, 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 go.
I almost said for a hot second, please report to the principal's office.
I think it would be fair to say for me to be like, are we still on the second floor?
You guys are quickly running out. I'd say you're on the first floor now.
Okay. I was debating on growing to 30 feet and then just busting through the wall, but nah.
Okay, so before we leave, can I do my thing?
What's your thing?
You know my thing. There's water, there's pipes, there's probably an abundance of it in this facility because of drippy, drippy, drippy.
Oh, that thing.
Oh, the thing that you did once before when we met? What's it called the first time?
The tsunami. I don't have that ability, but I want to try to fucking drown this place to the ground! Because I can't burn it.
I mean, it's already on fire, I thought.
No, I just want to drown everybody inside.
When did you get the idea it was on fire?
I don't know. I just imagined a burning building or some shit.
No, it's just like going beep, 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 a whole bunch.
If you would want to kill the rest of the horror mutants in here, you totally can. There are only 3 of them that are considered actually bad, because you have to remember there is a stereotype on mutants and it involves them as well.
I mean, I mostly wanted to do it to, like, destroy anything that was in here.
The only thing that was in here was literally the horror mutants to keep them away from civilization.
I don't know, Kyle, what do you think?
I think we just leave the door open and then bring who we feel comfortable with bringing.
Fine.
I mean, Plaguey is still there too, unless, Kyle, you want to have Plaguey just completely go away from existence.
No, I think what I want to happen with Plaguey would be like, you know, we go our separate ways, but then later he like shows back up randomly.
That was my plan for Hans. Like, they came to help in the final battle.
Plaguey rolled a 71 to stay alive.
I see where Matthew's priorities were.
Sucks to suck.
And isn't that weird how I told you, Allie? I was like, I have a feeling that it's going to be Hans. It's like, I had a feeling it was going to be Hans. Oh no, it's just that deep pit in my gut that, like, told me. Is that weird, like, clairvoyance shit that I have.
Yep. So, it was indeed Hans. But, so all of you guys get into the car right as you hear helicopters rapidly approaching the compound. There is still a bunch of there's still, like, a bunch of, you see in windows, like, horrors, like, looking out their windows, and some of them look, like, horrified to see the helicopters, and the others look, like, ready. And it's your choice if you want to take the extra 15 minutes to try and burn this place to the ground, or try and leave before you have to expend more energy to fight these soldiers. But I don't think you guys want to spend the next hour fighting soldiers from Astoria.
No, also I have to get to work.
Yeah, I know.
We leave. I have children to take care of now. I have children to think of.
So, River is absolutely fucking exhausted. So the moment she is put into the car, she literally passes out. Because you have to remember, when she was asleep, she never was actually asleep. And when she was awake, she didn't know if she was actually awake. And you guys drive back to Lancaster Manor, which is around 3 hours away.
3.5.
And now, 3.5, whatever. Now it's been about 5 days since you guys picked up River. And yeah, I'm actually doing a time skip. I would like our new player to unmute his mic. As we leave the Lancaster Manor, we find ourselves across the map of Eden, in the facility of the utmost right of the river's radar map. We follow along a large gated facility with a large field and electric fenced gates. As we pass a few rooms in the facility, we pass a sign that says Astoria Cybernetic Technologies Training Grounds. We go into a hallway lit by fluorescent lighting. This is a hall of what looks over to be an overtech jail. The cells are covered with what looks like to be a blue shield that has the appearance of moving when touched. Almost kind of looks like a jelly substance. And in the cell 305, you see a little round orb, and he lights up slightly as a man next to him moves him around. It seems like he's trying to wake him up. Britt, would you like to introduce your character to us?
So in the middle of this room, you see a somewhat built, tall gentleman. He's got a scar across his face, and he looks towards the little orb that's glowing, and he says, I guess we might as well start this recording here. Hey, Frank? Well, he clicks it, touches the little orb, and he says, I bet you're wondering how I got here today.
Beep, 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 beep.
Hi, I'm Britton, and I play Michael.
All right, everybody, that concludes our arc finale for Arc 5. We will be going into Arc 5.5 starting November 12th with our new player, Skagwater, on Twitter. That's how you know him there. It's at Skagwater RPG. Or, as we know him, Britton or Brit. We're so happy to have gotten this far, and we're so happy to now have Britton on our cast. He has been in our cast for quite some time now. It's just now we can actually boost and talk about him, and we're so excited for that. If you have noticed, Britton has been one of our mods on our Discord for a few months now. Yeah, he's been on the podcast for a bit. We bulk record a lot. But now we can finally unveil him, and we're very, very, very excited. Yeah. So if you aren't already following him, pop on over to at Skagwater RPG, because he is now our Michael Malibu in Dice Drop Evolution. And if you aren't already, why not? Follow at dice_drop while you're at it on Twitter. We're fun. We're loud. It's mostly just Allie. It's mostly just Allie on the Twitter. I'm not gonna lie, guys. It's mostly just me. And, feel like looking into some other games, you can always use our affiliate code at Green Ronin and Green Ronin Publishing. If you're looking into getting some new games, it's just at Dice Drop. And also, what you guys really want to know. The next episode, and it will be Michael Malibu's episode 0, is coming out November 12th. We can't wait to see you there, friends. This is a new beginning of Dice Drop Evolution, and we're really, really excited that you're all here. Thanks, friends. See you around. Okay, so you got a 10.
Kyle, who are you saying thanks, idiot, to?
Who do you think?
Me?
Who's the other one that rolled initiative and rolled 20?
Oh, how dare you be mean to him?
It's a rite of passage.
Allie, there is abuse and bullying in my Christian Minecraft server, and I will not stand for it.
I have some news for you. This hasn't been a Christian Minecraft server since, like,
This is a Christian Minecraft server!
Okay. All right.
This is why I turn my volume down every time we record.
Britton, shut up. I know you just put it in the group chat. Shut up. Britton, shut up. Britton, shut up.
What did he say?
Britton, shut up.
Since episode 0.
Britton, shut up. Leave me alone. I feel attacked. Allie, get the mods.
I am the mod.
Allie, get the mods.
I am the mod. He is also the mod.
God damn it. Give me an admin then.
That's us.
Oh, God damn it. Jesus Christ. Leon, where are you when I need you? I'm going to get a message from Leon in like 20 minutes now. He's going to be like, my name. Oh my God.
Leon still hasn't told me how long his sessions were, by the way, so I've just been casually ignoring
Oh my
it.
gosh. Cringe, because it makes me think of Uwu Girl.
I'm going to be doing an entire thing on it. I'm going to be doing an entire thing on it.
It makes me think of Uwu Girls, and I think that's what's making me cringe, because every single time I hear that, I instantly hear
here's the thing.
Uwu.
Here's the thing. Here's what you have to... This is my Uwu.
No.
This is my Uwu.
No.
This is Stasia.
No.
Wanting to get the boys.
No. Anytime I hear you use a different... Every single time I hear you use a different voice other than yours or River's, I, like, if it's like a girl voice, I instantly think Uwu, and I get...
Even Celeste, because Celeste kind of talks like this.
Well, that's fine, but, like, you know, like that slow, soft, methodical, or that really high-pitched, almost Valley Girl kind, I instantly think Uwu, and I cringe.
Well, you're welcome, because that's going to be a lot of today, folks.